Can I get a work permit if my driver's license is suspended in Oklahoma? I'm Tulsa Attorney James Worth, and we're talking about the rules from the Department of Public Safety about traffic violations and accumulation of points and loss of driver's license. And in this case, we're talking about if you lose your driver's license due to accumulation of points, 10 points within 5 years, can you get an occupational modification or a work permit? And the answer is maybe. There is a process by which you can make that request, and you can have a hearing with the Department of Public Safety. It's an informal or somewhat informal administrative hearing. And under some circumstances, they could allow a modification to allow you to drive to and from work. And that is discussed not in Oklahoma statute, but it's actually part of the administrative code for the Department of Public Safety. And so there's a few requirements. First off, sometimes there's a prohibition against getting a work permit. If you've previously had your license suspended due to an accumulation of points from traffic convictions twice before, then you may be ineligible to getting a modification now for a work permit. Also, if you've had another one in the prior 5 years, then you may be ineligible for getting one now. But if you can show what is referred in the code as extreme and unusual hardship due to your inability to drive due to the suspension, then you may be able to request a work permit or occupational modification that allows you to drive to and from work. You have to be able to show that no other adequate means of transportation exists, that it's a real need, and that they can allow you this consistent with traffic safety. So it's not going to be a danger to the public, basically, if you're allowed to drive with that work permit. You have to promise not to violate any state municipal codes for driving, and you have to agree to abide by all restrictions that are put upon you. Also, as part of that, as far as restrictions go, they could request another driver's license examination. They could request that you complete defensive driving, or that you provide certain medical reports regarding your mental and physical fitness for driving. And with that done, the administrative hearing officer could make a determination that you're granted a work permit, and that would allow you another restriction on your license that allows you to drive, but only to and from work for the purposes of your employment, so you can support your family. Those are the hardship type of arguments that you would make if that's your only ability to make money, essentially working, and to make a living requires you to transport. There's no other adequate means. If you can't make money, you can't feed your family, that's an extreme hardship, so you need the work permit or occupational modification for that purpose. Those are the things that would be argued. If you've got questions about that process, if you're in that scenario where your license has been suspended and you want to see if you can get a work permit, you're going to want to talk to an attorney about your circumstances privately. To get something like that scheduled with an attorney at my office, you can go online to makelawEasy.com.